Kakun, now a national park with an ancient fortress and a memorial site. Kakun is located on a hill overlooking and dominates spaces in the area, probably inhabited sometimes as far back as the ancient period. The Crusaders were Christians who believed in the sanctity of the land. They came on crusades in order to take over the land. About 900 years ago, they conquered the country from the Muslims, and established the Kingdom of Jerusalem. They built many forts to protect it, and among them they built Kakun, whose name probably comes from French. More than a century later the Mamluks, who were Muslims, led by Bibars, conquered the country, destroyed it and built a mosque on the church. More than 200 years ago Napoleon on his way to Acre passed through Kakun and defeated the Ottomans who ruled the country. The place had a small Arab village that 50 years later was destroyed by the Egyptians led by Ibrahim Pasha, after the place was re-inhabited by Egyptians who engaged in agriculture, and became famous for the quality of the watermelons they grew. More than a century ago the Sheikh of Kakun imposed his terror on the area and charged a passage fee and sponsorship fees. During the Arab riots, during the British rule, sabotage against the British and the Jews came out of Kakun. Joshua Hankin, the redeemer of the lands, bought some of the village lands and transferred them to the Jewish National Fund. In 1945, Kibbutz Hamaapel was established there. During the War of Independence, the Arab village had about 2,000 inhabitants, and the Arab Salvation Army with Iraqi forces was stationed there. At first there were mutual shootings and attacks. At the beginning of June 48, it was decided to occupy the village in order to protect the Heifer Valley settlements. Two companies came out of the Alexandroni Brigade and attacked the village on both sides. Throughout the day there were fierce bloody battles. The Iraqi Air Force bombed, artillery on both sides was fired, shots from all directions, tanks and armored vehicles, and even a fight with knives and rifle butts. In the evening the battle ended. 16 Alexandroni soldiers were killed and perhaps the entire Iraqi force was also killed. The villagers fled and were not allowed to return. The removal of the Iraqi army greatly influenced the control of the Jews in the area. After the war for a short time a transit camp was established, and the Jewish settlements, Omitz, Gan Yoshia, and Olesh were established.